Hey everyone, we just finished at the thrift store. We ended up with 316 pieces that we purchased in, well, about 6.5 hours worth of work. So I think it was a success. We found some vintage, some new with tags, some designer. I will go through all of that with you once I start processing. Good morning everyone. I'm sitting here with my coffee, just trying to figure out how I'm going to approach the day and go through the 7 boxes that we were able to acquire yesterday while we were sourcing. Again, I have 7 boxes that's currently holding 316 pieces. So I am a little limited on space down here, so I need to, maximize usage and be efficient in order to get it all done. It's likely going to take me the majority of the day to get through all of those boxes. But I will keep you posted throughout the day, and you can kind of watch the process. It's not overly exciting, but hey, it'll give you an opportunity to see some of the cool things we were able to get. The first thing that I'll need to do is, as I pull the items out of the box, I'm going to sort them. I've mentioned previously I sort my boxes spring, summer, and fall, winter. I categorize them that way and I store them that way. I will literally just take them from one box and put them into another box unless it's something that I'm going to photograph now, in which case I will have to sort through it and determine the wash pile, the items that are dry clean only, those things that need steamed. The new with tags, obviously I can't really do any of that with with the exception of steaming I could do, but I usually just spot clean those if necessary. So there's a lot of sorting and organizing that's going on. I think what I'll do is I will maybe set aside like my vintage items, set aside some other the cooler pieces that I think that you might like to see more of in terms of detail, as opposed to me just holding it up and sticking it in another box. So we can circle back to some of the other items that I found that I think that, hey, this is worth a longer explanation or look, or the reason why I chose this item, this sort of thing. We are primarily dealing with mall brands here. Again, I'm in the Midwest. We don't have a lot of, Gucci or Prada, at least in my area. So we're gonna see a lot of just your bread and butter brands, but I choose some of the funkier pieces or something that has a little bit more style and flair to it, something that's attractive. So we're gonna get started with all that, and I'm gonna bring down each box. Again, there's 7 of them, and we'll go through them, and I'll try to provide a little bit of detail, but we will save the nuts and bolts of the brands and the styles and all of that for a later video. So anyway, I'm going to finish this coffee first because I'm going to need it. We had a Midwest thunderstorm last night, lots of thunder, lots of lightning. So there are a lot of disruptions and disturbances. So who knows what this video is going to end up looking like. That and the fact this is my very first full-length video of any haul that we've done. So again, please practice grace for me. This is all brand new, and I'm sure it's going to be raw, a lot of it unedited. I haven't even learned how to create a video. I mean, obviously I can do it on a phone, but like the editing details. So I've actually solicited my son to help me do that. So not sure what the end product is going to look like, but again, I'm keeping it real because this is just a beginning for me. So again, thanks for your patience, and I will see you on and off throughout the day. Thanks, guys. All right, we're ready for box number 1. Are you ready for this? Here we go. All right, I think I have a system where I can actually do this and show you at the same time. So I'm just, as I said, taking things out of the box. I'm separating them now, just a quick sort between summer and fall, and checking things like buttons to make sure that I have everything that I need. What I will do is I will hang my summer stuff for now on here until I get a full rack, and then I will find a box and fold it. Actually, probably not summer. Likely what I'll do is photograph that, but there's a hodgepodge of things in here, from sweaters to sweatshirts, all that kind of stuff. So it will take a little bit of time, and this is very tedious and mundane. So again, as I said, not overly exciting, but it is something that gives me an opportunity to look at the garment a little bit closer, look for any major flaws or issues with it. And just FYI, my husband was down here earlier and pointed out, in this particular mode, my shirt reads backwards. So I'm just saying, I know. Again, these details I'm going to have to work through, but I figure, is it really important? I say no. But anyway, that's for you to decide. Again, sweatshirts, that sort of thing. Anything that is winter, I'm going to fold right away. And I'm going to stick them in a laundry basket that I have over here and then transfer them to a box. What I'll need to do, though, is empty a box, either by rack or in a laundry basket, so that I can label it and then put those items back in said boxes, because it's not an unlimited supply. But yeah, a few fun, cool things. So anyway, I'll keep you posted as I go. All right, so I've been through 3 boxes. I've run out of hangers, so I've had to resort to like laying them over one of the racks that I have. I have things hung over there and along my wall. I will get into, detail what they are. I've kind of separated them. Super cool, glamorous dresses. I have some newer tags, and then my vintages down that way. So as I work through this process, we'll take a look at those a little bit closer. But for now, I need to get working on number 4, folks. Number 4. Okay, guys, are you ready to get started with me? Again, I said this is box number 4. So let's take a peek and see what we have in it. Hopefully, not a whole lot that requires hanging. I can just fold it and put it in another box because, like I said, I am literally already out of hangers. Oh, but no such luck. I have these vintage wool suit jackets, so I'm gonna have to find some more hangers. So wish me luck. Alright guys, this is my last box. Box number 7. Couldn't be happier. I wish I could tell you this ends my work for the day, but it does not. Because I don't even think it's noon yet here. I started about 9. I've done a pretty good job getting it all sorted and divided out and put in boxes. Stuff that needs hung, so forth. So I'm going to get back at it, and I will pick up with you later. All right, hey guys. Again, I'm finished going through all the boxes. Honestly, I got through those a lot quicker than anticipated. It only took me maybe half the morning to do it. It's pushing noon now, I think, but I still have a full afternoon ahead. I am going to photograph, and I need to do some listing and so forth. But before I get started on all of that, I just wanted to point out once again a couple of cool finds that I set aside so we could go over, and again we'll touch base on those a little bit more as I start the photographing process, but just for fun, let me show you what I held back. Okay guys, so here is some denim that I found. I love denim, particularly embroidered denim, because it just, dresses it up. You can wear it casual or dressy, and I don't know, I have just always loved it. So I snag those pieces whenever I come across them. But my absolute favorite are the dresses. I have several pieces here, super sparkly, blingy. I love them. Some down here are even new with tags. So I'm anxious to get these photographed and online just to see what happens to them. And then we run into more of our little basic brands. I've got, new Aeropostale, some just Dress Barn. We have Chico's over here. I just always generally pull new with tags stuff. So yeah, as I said, I like the new with tags things. Again, it's probably the mom and me. If I can go online and find some great brands, mall brands, discounted online, I mean, it's all the better. So I generally pick up almost all new tags that I find just for that reason. I never get full retail price, of course, but I don't know. I just think that it adds to the flavor of a store if you can offer new items as well as, old items. So that's just my thing. So let's move over to the vintage and we'll play a little game. See if you can figure this out. So I actually found 2 pairs of these vintage jeans. Do any of you recognize that brand? Trust me, it goes way back. I actually wore a pair of these in late, probably junior high, early high school. So yeah, that's a bit of a hint there to see if you can figure out my age. I'll also give you another hint. Alexa, play 80s radio on Pandora.
80s pop radio from Pandora.
So, did I leave you enough hints for you guys to at least form an educated guess on how old you think I am? I'm really curious to know what you guys come up with. So, please leave that information in the comments, and I will happily share them with everyone because it's going to be fun. So, anyway, don't worry about hurting my feelings. I'm just really curious to know if you figured out the answer to my little game. How old is Lori? Hey, one final thing that I do before I start, processing the inventory that I just purchased and completing that sourcing portion of this video, I do, on a spreadsheet my husband created for me, log the number of new pieces that I've just entered into my inventory system. This is just to keep track of tangible inventory that I have on hand that hasn't been necessarily processed yet. That way I know how much I have in what some people refer to as, the death pile. But because I buy and work out of particular seasons, I always have a bit of a surplus because I've got probably 8 boxes of fall winter things that I'm not going to touch for another month or so. So I'm going to enter it into my spreadsheet that I have here, which brings me up to those 316 pieces, bring me up to 1,055 items that I still need to process. And what I'll do is every day as I go through and list these items, I will deduct from that amount. So every day I kind of have a running total of knowing what is in backlog so that I don't get too carried away. But there's also a little bit of security in it because if one, sourcing avenue dries up, I will certainly have a surplus of clothing and other items to get me through until I can find, another means to acquire that product. So anyway, I'm going to get started on all of that, but I just kind of wanted to wrap up this video with my spreadsheet so I know where I'm at and, kind of gives me benchmarks on how far that I'd like to go. I'm going to have my husband one of these days, since he's the creator of all things spreadsheet, kind of walk through some of those that he's created for us that kind of help us with this process. So until then, I hope you guys have a very great rest of the day. And thanks for hanging in there with me for my very first video. You've been troopers. You've been great. And I still kind of want to know what you think about my age. So don't forget to leave messages in the comment. Thanks, guys. Seriously, I appreciate it.